We're going to end Nancy Pelosi's political career once and for all. And then we're going to kick the Biden crime family out of the White House in 2024 or sooner.
In the Federalist this weekend, they ran with an incredible story talking about how Joe Biden, yes, indeed, led to the invasion of Ukraine through his own weakness and also through the allowance of Russian pipelines to continue. Incredible. Some of his first acts as president, Joe Biden, killed an American pipeline which would have delivered close to 1 million barrels of oil a day to our country. Our country. As it stands right now, we import 800,000 barrels a day from Russia. Under Donald Trump, we were a net exporter of energy. We had surplus energy. We could give it to the world, and we could help manufacture and control the way the world economy worked from a much heavier hand. Under Joe Biden, we are a weakened, feeble country that must import our oil from our enemies, enriching our enemies, much as we do with China. This weakness was, of course, sensed by the worst regimes in the world, and now they see it as a time to strike. America has been crippled by our importation of fuel, and by the way, you can track Russia's invasion of countries to the price of oil. It's pretty clear. If oil shoots up, then Russia can invade because then it has cash reserves and it can pay for invasions. They did this with Crimea under Barack Obama, and they're now doing it again under Joe Biden. Oil prices skyrocketed, $100, $150 for a barrel of oil, and the destabilization, obviously, of the dollar as the petrodollar, our U.S. dollar as the reserve currency, also terrifying around the planet. If you were to eliminate the petrodollar, boy, we would become a third world country real fast. This would be a very bad thing for our nation. And so we must stress calm, and we must stress natural law. See, the libs don't believe in natural law, but natural law is real. It is grounded in the way that we are designed, the way that human beings have functioned forever. You merely have to study history. It can be modern, it can be ancient, to find that natural law is real. Might does make right. And so you better be strong. If you are a nation, you better be powerful, and you better be scary. If you are a good nation and a moral nation, you will demand that you be strong and scary in order to ensure that evil nations do not rise. Joe Biden is our current Neville Chamberlain. He is a weak leader that attempted to give Russia everything it wanted in hopes for peace. It doesn't work. It never works. But these people are not students of natural law. These people are students of a fake ideology that says that unicorns and rainbows and fluff and quizzling inside the State Department makes right. It doesn't. These people are cowards. They will not stand up, and it is time for leaders who do. Ladies and gentlemen, Winston Churchill found himself in extreme defeat in the Parliament in the 30s. He was kicked out of office. He came roaring back when people wanted strength once more. Maybe this is Donald Trump's Churchillian moment. Who knows? The weakness of our current Neville Chamberlain, Joe Biden, is being seen and is quite sickening to all Americans who are watching it. The polls show this. Donald Trump came roaring back in a political speech this weekend at CPAC, where Donald Trump explained precisely what his plans were for the weakening of the West by the socialists, the globalists, and the communists. You got to hear it for yourself. Quite a speech. This is my favorite line in the entire speech. This is good Trump. Go.
The socialists, globalists, Marxists, and communists who are attacking our civilization have no idea of the sleeping giant they have awoken. We are a sleeping giant. They cannot even begin to imagine the brave and righteous spirit they've unleashed in men and women like all of you here today. And this is some crowd. We broke the record again. We broke the record again. But they're going to find out the hard way starting on November 8th, and then again even more so on November 2024. They will find out like never before. We did it twice, and we'll do it again. We're going to be doing it again a third time. 2022 will be the year that millions of everyday citizens stand up to the left-wing fascists, and they'll continue, and we will all continue together to make America great again.
Is this Donald Trump's Churchill moment? Is this Donald Trump's moment where he brings the world back from the brink and people are desperate for leadership and strength once more? We hope so. We certainly do. We need American strength and American leadership more than ever. You can see the disaster at hand when we do not have it. Trump also pointed out that Russia did not invade any other country under him, but they invaded countries under Bush, Obama, and now Biden. Trump says under Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Under Obama, Russia took Crimea. Fact check, true. Under Biden, Russia invaded Ukraine. Fact check, true. I stand as the only president of the 21st century on whose watch Russia did not invade another country. Fact check, true. Listen.
Under Bush, Russia invaded Georgia. Under Obama, Russia took Crimea. Under Biden, Russia invaded Ukraine. I stand as the only president of the 21st century on whose watch Russia did not invade another country. Thank you. I gave Ukraine the javelins that everyone is now.
There's a theory going around right now. It's a theory that I completely support. It's called the madman theory. I've seen it happen in real life. I got some really interesting back-end access to the Trump White House. I was able to sort of see and hear how the White House operated under Trump. A number of friends who worked in the administration, a number of people who've told me some very fascinating stories offhand. And let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the madman theory is correct. The madman theory says that Trump was a madman. Trump's own supporters called him a madman. Trump's own administration officials called him nickname Madman. And you could view that as an insult, I suppose, depending on which political direction you're coming from. I viewed it as a strength position. Because when your enemies don't know what you're about to do, and when your enemies believe that you are a dangerous person, under control, but a dangerous person, then they don't act out. They're aware that dangerous people can make dangerous decisions and can create bad times for their country. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we have from the New York Post, a story about how Donald Trump handled his geopolitical enemies around the world. The geopolitical enemies around the world, like Putin and like Xi Jinping. According to the New York Post, in Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump said that if you invade Ukraine and grab land on my watch, then we are going to bomb Moscow. Putin, according to this article, laughed and thought that Donald Trump was joking. And Donald Trump said, no, all those beautiful golden turrets will be blown up, talking about some of the more famous buildings inside of Moscow. A similar story involves Chinese President Xi Jinping. It was during his visit to Mar-a-Lago in 2017 when Trump famously interrupted their chocolate cake dessert to declare that he had ordered the U.S. military to fire 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Syrian Air Force base that the Syrian government used for chemical weapons against rebels and civilians. During the same visit, Trump reportedly told Xi that a military move against Taiwan would be met with an attack on Beijing. Xi, like Putin, was said to have been stunned, but thought it was possible that Trump was being serious. It was possible that both accounts are exaggerated, says the writer of this New York Post piece, but neither country made military moves, against independent and sovereign nations during that time. So, hey man, might makes right. In the same article, Trump is said to have sent Angela Merkel a white flag in the mail, saying that it's a flag of surrender, so you don't have to go buy a new one. Wow. Ouch. Woof. That's as it pertains to Germany not having a stronger hand to play against Russia and buying a lot of Russian oil. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump. The most important thing you can say as you watch these clips of Trump and watch the results of Donald Trump on the world stage is that these leaders, man, they respected him. You got to respect the madman. And when the madman's running the biggest economy in the world, and when the madman is running one of the largest nuclear arsenals and the largest standing military and navy in the world, you got to respect him. You can see that respect here in clip 12 of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin shaking hands. You can see the respect, and you can see, I don't know, man, the size difference. Vladimir Putin's like a short dude. He's like, what, 5'5", according to reports? Teeny little man. Donald Trump towers over him and almost yanks his arm out of his socket. Check it out. Clip 12. My team is telling me that Vladimir Putin is actually 5'7". All right. Well, very sorry. We cut him off 2 inches. Cut him off 2 inches there. We'll see. You know, a good shoe heel can get you up a couple extra inches. So who knows? What kind of shoes does Vladimir Putin wear? I'm not sure. I bet they're made by Nike, though, in a sweatshop in China. I am aware that during this live, we also had a glitch on the television screen behind me, and a nature program showed for a little while. That is a precursor to our coverage tomorrow, where we're going to pivot from this Ukrainian crisis into the crisis in America. We are going to pivot, ladies and gentlemen, to nature, natural law, to the laws of nature, and as it pertains to our country and our survival. What has Joe Biden done? Well, tomorrow Joe Biden will give the State of the Union, and we're going to give our own State of the Union for our morning show. We're going to tell you exactly the State of the Union under Joe Biden. We're going to show you, you might have seen it today, clips from nature, but the nature of human beings and the nature of a country that is in peril, the nature of a country that is truly wondering whether it's seen its best days behind it. We've been here before. We can be saved. And we're going to talk about it tomorrow on the show. I'm very, very excited about that. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be covering Joe Biden's State of the Union live. We'll be live on all of our platforms. You'll be able to watch the State of the Union and comment with us. We'll have the comments on screen. I'll be live on in a little box, right? And we'll be able to talk smack to Biden. We'll be able to fact check him in real time. We'll be able to talk about your comments and show your comments, again, interacting on screen with you. And so please join us tomorrow morning for our own State of the Union, tomorrow night for our live commentary during Joe Biden's State of the Union. A lot of laughter, presumably there. And then afterwards, we're going to be joined by a number of members of Congress, some badass people that you know, big names, and we are going to be having a great time. It's going to be a really, really fun show. We hope that you will join us. Ladies and gentlemen, our show today, we thank you for watching. It is important to cover, not necessarily because we are cheerleading for one side or another inside of a conflict that, man, I've never seen so many differing opinions inside of my own party, right? I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican. Inside of my own party, man, there's a lot of thoughts on what's going on in Eastern Europe right now. My thoughts are and always will be perpetually with my country. It's where I raise my kids. It's where my home is. It's where I go to church. It's where my family lives, my parents, who will be moving down to Florida very soon, and we're very, very excited about that. This is the country that I care about the most. And you're no good man unless you care about your country first. And so this is the country, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I am concerned with our border. I'm concerned with our border more than Ukraine's border. It's true. I'm concerned with our economy because it underpins peace around the world. I'm concerned with the state of our military as it may be needed as we watch aggressors rise around the world and on the world stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I am America first. I care about this country a lot. And so that's what we wanted to focus our show on today, merely explaining that American weakness, our weakness, projected onto the earth can lead to suffering around the globe. And I fear we haven't seen the end of it. We'll see what China does with Taiwan. They're watching very, very closely and certainly not doing anything to mitigate the Ukraine problem. Joe Biden, in his infinite wisdom, handed intel to the communist Chinese, which handed it directly to Russia. LOL. That according to the New York Times this weekend. We have to be a serious country. We have to be a strong country. We have to be a country led by strong people. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's join the fight. Let's save America, God, family, country. That's what we care about on this channel. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Have a great Monday. Thank you for watching. We are 100% independent news. Are you sick of being lied to? We certainly are. That's why we started this channel. But we can't do it without you. We can't keep going without your help. All we ask is that you click like and subscribe and share this video. It's free. And it keeps us going, it keeps us growing, and it keeps us getting the truth out there to break the rotted corporate media infrastructure that wants to lie to you every single day, wants to corrupt your narratives, your truth, your story, and your very society. So support us by clicking like, clicking subscribe, and thank you, Patriots.